Okay, so scale, ground scale, time scale, unit scale in small unit, combat action, low level tactical games, Iron Cross in particular. So update, by way of update, Iron Cross still, I think, one of the best games I've actually ever, well, certainly in the top 10. So one of the greatest games I've come across and enjoyed playing. This is also, this scenario, by the way, scenario number 4, Tula, is probably the first classic scenario to actually see a lot of Iron Cross's design in action, and yet it still doesn't have indirect fire and something else. Doesn't have indirect fire or I can't remember. There's something else, but other than that, great scenario. Iron Cross, great game. Cannot say enough good things about it. Now I'm going to be switching to another game, unfortunately. But before I do that, before I move Iron Cross away to make room for another game I'm going to take a look at again, let's go ahead and talk about Modern Wars, talking about Combat Veteran, I should say. Modern Wars, obviously the magazine. So I'm talking about Combat Veteran. So this is it. This is what I was thinking before I'm going to move on to that other game. So scale, 40 meters. 40 meters of actual terrain, 10 meters of per hex terrain for Iron Cross, even though they are both individual unit scale, individual soldier unit scale. Here is what happens. That's troublesome. This is what's troublesome. Let's see. And I was thinking about this, so it's so easy to see, right? So here's this, let's take this hex right here. It has a river running through it, and it's got some buildings on otherwise clear terrain. This is a 40 meter hex. And you come over here, 40 meter hex is, obviously it's four hexes across, so it's like that, and then it's no, let's do this, 1 2 3 4, like that, and then 1 2 3 4, yeah, so it's like this, right? And obviously when you look on another scale like this, you see what's missing, right? So so here, one hex would be a hill, a building, a road. You just cannot. Here, take the single soldier from Iron Cross. I mean, unacceptable loss of terrain detail, map detail, terrain detail. Is it map or terrain? Well, certainly terrain detail. This scale. Bottom line of what I'm getting at is there are things I like from what I see about Combat Veteran. The combat system looks very interesting, actually, but it just doesn't get there. I was thinking about the problem. Again, I'll just reiterate, machine guns. I mean, just making a machine gun 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times more powerful than an individual weapon, individual small arm, doesn't cut it. And Iron Cross doesn't do that. Iron Cross goes beyond, does the right thing. It talks about, okay, real quickly, the spray fire capability of machine guns, the fire lane capabilities of a machine gun, etc. Plus ammunition. Anyways, but even if I could accept the combat idea in Combat Veteran, the combat, even if I could accept the combat approach, the scale is ridiculously off, and here's why. So here, I was looking at this whole big clump of German soldiers. Now, let's. I can't remember if you can. I can't remember if you can stack a vehicle. As a matter of fact, let's just find real quick stacking in Combat Veteran. Can you put a vehicle with your max stacking of? Actually, there is no max stacking. So I'll talk about the stacking up to no penalties, which is 15. Yep. Stacking more than 15 causes penalty, starts to cause penalties, so I'll say 15. I'm going to talk about 15 as the stacking limit, meaning actually maybe that's not even the right way to, but anyways, I won't stop here. 15 I'll talk about as the kind of effective stacking limit, meaning you have no penalties. 15 though, okay, we're talking close to 2 squads. 2 squads, a section, half of a platoon. Anyways, about half of a platoon, about a section, about 2 squads, a little less. Okay, where's the vehicle? Oh wait, do they not have vehicles? Oh, okay, never mind. Maybe they don't have vehicles. I can't remember if Combat Veteran has vehicles or not, and I won't worry about that. So ignoring the vehicle here, you have 4 German soldiers here, 2 and 2, so you have 8. And these they're all within 40 meters of each other. So this would be like 1 hex. So all these soldiers would be in that 1 hex. So this is so sad to mess, to take down this game, but, so we're talking like that whole, again, 8 soldiers, so basically a squad, all in one, all in 1 hex in Combat Veteran. Then, as I understand it, which, I'm not trying to be unreasonable here, right, but there's going to be, I guess some will be in crawl, whatever they call it, I don't know, maybe 1, again, I don't want to, wounded, I don't know, do you have to put 1 wounded marker on each individual soldier, or can you? No, because that would get too messy, because you could have some that are crawling that aren't wounded, some that are crawling that are wounded, some that are, oh man, I don't even know what kind of mess you could have. And this 8 soldiers, but in a 40-meter hex, is really nothing. It's really nothing significant. Anyways, I'm running out of time here on the thing. The bottom line is, and I thought about taking the Combat Veteran soldiers, rules, and everything, and putting them on some maps from Battlecry, which is from the same, obviously, series as Iron Cross, and using 10-meter hexes. Everything is fine except for 1. Range doesn't really work out so well. But I was going to play Combat Veteran, but again, I was thinking from my memory, an entire squad is usually operating in only 2 hexes alone. That type of lack of detail is just not interesting, and especially when I have Iron Cross to play, that's a big problem. So it has to do with scale, unit scale, ground scale. It's problematic.